sunny. It's 6 degrees. We have a wind from the south-southwest at 30 gusting to 43. Give you some more detail on what's headed our way weather-wise in just a little bit. First, want to let you know what's coming up in this hour of the show. Well, from drugstores to movies, seniors get a lot of discounts, but should the government be giving perks on things like transit? Up ahead, we'll ask, are seniors discounts getting old? That's coming out at 5:50. Also, we're going to meet the future. Right here, run up to speed, CBC Radio 89.3 FM. First, at 5:11, it's time for news headlines. Here's Jill.
Coming up on CBC News, flood fears. CBC's Kieran Dillon will introduce you to a man who says the province's plan to protect property on Lake Manitoba will flood him out. And now that Greg Selinger has won the race for his own job, there are questions about what happens to the rebel NDPs who wanted to oust him. We'll have all that more on CBC News at 5:30.
Thank you very much, Jill. Let's take a look at the forecast here for meteorologist John Sauter. It looks like we are going to drop down to 0 overnight with a mainly cloudy sky. Wind from the west of 20 gusting to 25. 3, that's our forecast high for tomorrow. Should be mainly sunny with a wind out of the west at 20 gusting to 25. Expecting fog to develop though overnight into Wednesday morning, so it could make for a bit of a difficult drive on Wednesday morning. We're going to have a mainly cloudy sky though for the majority of the day. Today with a high of 4 degrees. Shooting for a high of 5 on Thursday with a mix of sun and cloud. We should reach up to 4 degrees on Friday, also with a mix of sun and cloud. Right now in Winnipeg, it's 6 and sunny. Let's see what's happening in traffic. Trevor Deneen. Trevor?
Well, we managed to keep a fairly quiet drive going all afternoon long, which has been quite nice on this basically Monday afternoon commute home. It also helps that the sun popped out from behind the clouds for the last hour of your drive, so that's a nice little backdrop as you head out the door. We had one stalled vehicle, Ellis and Vaughn. That is cleared out of the way. It's gone. So if you're traveling in that area right now, you're going to make some very good time through there. As well, if you are making your way outside the city limits, it's a fairly quiet commute for anyone traveling outside of Winnipeg, so sit back and enjoy that. So basically, just another old-fashioned good news traffic report. And if you're seeing anything bad out there on the roadways, it's 788-3093 on the traffic line.
Thank you very much, Trevor. The time right now is 5:13. And as you may have heard earlier in the show, the CBC is celebrating Manitoba's new crop of change makers under 40 years old. The list of nominees has been growing quickly online. I've been watching it throughout the show even. One of those nominees is Stephen Richard. He's a recovering drug addict who uses his own experiences to help others, but there's just so much more to his story than just that. He joins me in studio right now. Good afternoon, Stephen.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Not bad. I'm really excited to meet you. I'm really excited to watch this growing list of nominees for CBC's Future 40. I'm just wondering, you got caught up in narcotics years ago. How did you get mixed up?
I got mixed up through my own poor choices, but indirectly through professional wrestling.
Okay, so you were a professional wrestler, and what was that? How did you first get mixed up? What was that first time?
The first time getting high was just recreationally with a bunch of the friends at an after party. It was just made a poor choice and I paid for it in the end.
What type of drugs?
A lot of it were opiates, and then eventually got into alcohol, cocaine, things like that.
When did you actually realize that you had problems, that you were addicted?
I found out when I was having a child, and I was trying to straighten out, and I found that I couldn't straighten out. I found that I couldn't clean up, and I couldn't stay clean for more than a day or two at a time, and then I would fall back and fall back and fall back.
And what does that do to you inside when you consciously you're having a child and you decided you wanted to get control of this, but you just can't do it?
I absolutely couldn't. It was hell. A lot of people have the misconception that I'm going out getting high and getting drunk and having fun, but it wasn't fun. It was torture. It was hell every day. I wanted to wake up.
Now, I think I've mentioned this a couple times for the show. For this award, your mother nominated you. How did your mother deal with that time of your life?
I don't know. I was kind of checked out for a whole bunch of years. She was there for the whole thing.
Now, we spoke earlier in the day, and I'm going to say this, and listeners may not believe it. What we just talked about right there wasn't really rock bottom, was it? No. What was the worst point you got to with your addiction?
My rock bottom was eventually, my wife